Hello fellow Sudokans, welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku Puzzle. It's Saturday the 15th of February 2025. I hope you are enjoying your weekend. It's a very hot day here in Bangkok, although I haven't been outside yet. I can see the sunshine, I can feel it's hot, the air conditioning is on everywhere. So that might mean I should be getting back to swimming quite soon, maybe in a day or two's time. I think people get very angry when small irritating things annoy them, and over the years these irritating things have happened more and more, and that's one of the things that makes them turn to populist leaders, I think. So the Labour government in the UK really ought to do something about this. For example, when I lived in England, there was no such thing as racketeering connected with parking. And right now there is. It means that there are private companies that can collect fines on cars that are, parked illegally. I'm not sure it's always illegally, against the local regulations, bylaws, or sometimes just on company property or something like that, against company regulations. And they are getting away with exorbitant things. And there have been plenty of documentaries I've seen over the years where basically they're just ripping people off, they're putting out false statements as well, just to get money, because these things have been privatized and allowed to take over in private hands. This was never the case when I lived in the UK. And I've just seen another scam, and that is about fly tipping. Now, I did have a comment the other day about fly tipping, where there was a horrendous picture where somebody had fly tipped a whole skip load into the road, massive amounts of rubbish. That kind of thing, of course, is terrible, dangerous, illegal, and must be prosecuted to the full. But in the UK, in I'm not sure where this is, Welling, I think it's Welling Hatfield Borough Council, have given out a fixed penalty notice of £500, a fine of £500, and threatened with a criminal record, because apparently an envelope flew out of his bin and landed somewhere. And for that, he's been accused of fly tipping about 80 meters from his house. It flew out of his bin. And this man can't really afford it. He's in a terrible financial situation. And there are no grounds to appeal. If you don't pay the fine within 28 days, you can be fined up to £2,500, and they can issue an arrest warrant. This is just disgraceful. This is racketeering. He has tried to apparently get in touch with the council several times and basically was ignored, until it seems like there's a bit of press coverage here. And then they decided to change the fine to £100 littering offence. But he didn't do it. But of course, the problem is that if you didn't do it, you've got to go to court. And who can afford to employ a lawyer if you are already very poor? You can't afford to employ a lawyer or somebody who skilled in legal training to pursue the case for you, which you would have to do. I mean, you don't do it yourself. We've seen the disaster that happens when people try to be their own lawyers. And so, but it's just, this kind of small irritating thing on life is really awful. And the Labour Party have massive control now. They should be bringing in laws to stop this kind of racketeering, parking rip-offs and fly tipping rip-offs, and of course not the real thing. We don't want people to stop their car in the middle of Oxford Street or fly tip and block up the whole road, but just silly things like this where people are just making money out of it. Come on, do better, world and governments and whoever. Let's get on with the game, shall we? This is the Los Angeles Times expert level puzzle. I was just thinking my voice seems to have come back a bit after I've had a bit of a sleep, but maybe it's disappearing again. We have 2-6 blocking down here. We have 2-6 blocking across there. So we can say that we have 2 and 6 in these particular squares. So now we've got 1 blocking down here, 1 blocking down here. There is a 1. This is 2-6. So the remaining squares contain 4, 7, 9. of which I can get none. Never mind. Fives across here. There's a 5. So we do have 9s in those squares. I said there was 2 and 8, and I said this is 4, 7, 9. So actually, we do have 9s in those squares. So that is a 4 or a 7. Oh, 9 across this way, so 9 in one of those 2 squares, blocking back here, and then 9 up there. Eight blocking this square and this square, so that must be 8. 3 blocking this square, so there's a 3, this would be a 1. Okay, we can get an 8 down here. I think we're missing 1, 4, 6, 7, but I've got to double check. 1, 4, 6, 7, 1, 4, 6, 7, 1, 4, 6. Yes, we're okay. So this square here is attacked by 1, 4, and 7. So it's got to be a 6. And so we have 6 blocking these 3 squares, and 6 is blocking those 2 squares, so there's a 6. Ah, we've got 7 blocking this square and 7 blocking this square. And I did say that I believe I said we had 9s in these squares. Why did I say that? Why did I say we have 9s in these squares here? I don't know, but I've discovered something else about 9 now. maybe I was daydreaming, but or thinking of a previous game or something. I don't know, but anyway, I've discovered a 9 there. Oh yeah, I remember. 9 blocking here, and 9. Oh, it's 7 and 9. Look, 7 and 9 blocking here, 7 and 9 blocking there. That's what it is. So that's a pair of 7 and 9. And I did say that this was 2 and 6, right? So 2, 6, 7, 9. So that's a 4. Okay, so 2s are there and somewhere there. We've got 3 and 9 across here, so that's a pair of 3 and 9 in those squares, and we will be left here with 4, 6, 8. 4 and 8 are together, so that must be a 6 then. 6 down here, down there, there's a 6. 2 across here, and down there, there's our 2. I think I've got something here. 1 and 7 block across here, so that's 1 and 7 in those squares, right? So when the 4 blocks up here, that's going to be a 4. And if this is 1 and 7, that has to be a 2. And 2 blocks across there, so there is our 2. 8 blocks up here, that gives me 8 in that square. And the missing number here is 6. 6 down, 6 up, 6 across there. That's the last digit 6 to find. Two blocking down and across there. Sevens down to the bottom. 7 blocking across here. There's a 7. There's a 9. 9 across this way and down there. There's a 9. Three and 5 block down here, 3 and 5 block across there, so that's a pair of 3 and 5. I know 4s are in those squares there. 7s are there. So does that make this a 1? Am I right? Let's see. So it could be 1, can't be 2. Can't be 3, can't be 4, can't be 5, can't be 6, can't be 7, can't be 8, can't be 9. Hey, what am I doing? 4, could be 4. Sorry, almost messed it up there. Could be a 4, couldn't it? 1 or 4. I take that back. So no, not correct. Just checking. Don't worry, nothing happened. No need for a fluke warning just for that reason. There may be some other reason for a fluke warning, but that's not it. I didn't do anything. 4 blocks this square here. Coming down here, we're looking for a 4 in that square, and here we're looking for a 3, I think. Okay, 4 across here and there, and a 4 up there. 4 up this way, 4 across there. Now I remember this was 3 and 9 blocking there. That was 3 and 9, so this is the 8. 8 down here, 8 up there. That has to be an 8. 8 blocking across here, across there. There's an 8. That's finished 8. Oh, haven't quite finished. Where are you? Come on, come on. You must be there. That's an annoyingly tricky little ending, I think. Well, what an annoying ending. Annoying in the way that it's tricky. Is this a 1-7 though? That's my question. I think it might be a 1 or a 7. So let me just check. It's not 2, 3. Let's try this again. It's not 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 or 9. So it is. It's a 1-7. So that's a pair of 1 and 7 in those squares. So then these squares are not 1 or 7. They must be the other numbers for this column. 2's are up there. 1, 7. So we're looking for 2, 3 and 5. 2, 3 and 5. Okay, we've got the 3 and the 5 blocking there. So that's the 2 then. So thank goodness for that. 2 across there, 2 up there. That's a 2. And 2 across here, 2 down there. There's the 2. So that was it. It's that 1-7. Tricky stuff. 3 blocks across there. There's our 3. 3 goes up there. There's our 3. This would be a 9. 9 blocks down here. There's a 9 and the missing digit here 7. 7 blocking this square and this square. So in this column there's a 7. Here we need a 1. Down at the bottom there we need a 4. 4 blocks across here, across there. There's a 4. And we've done quite a lot of numbers. Let's see. We still need a 1. So we got a 1 blocking across there. There's 1 and 1 down to the bottom. There's a 1 and 1 across this way and that way. haven't finished. One up there. There's a 1. I know this is 7, of course. 7 down here, 7 across there. There's a 7. This is a 5. 5 blocks down there. There's a 5. 5 across that way. There's a 5. And we still need a 5 in this block. This is 3. 3 there. 3 there. Finished. Okay. That's our Los Angeles times expert level puzzle for Saturday. So 3 pretty decent games today, I think. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you around. Take care. Bye bye.